This is a video chart presentation of Super Lattice Power. Super Lattice trades on the Bulletin Board Exchange under the ticker SPOW. This is a 2-year weekly chart of SPOW. You can see this week volume is just exploding. It's a relatively low volume stock, but this week almost 600,000 shares traded already. You can see coming up and squeezing on that 50-day moving average and some resistance at this point. So I'll take a quick look at these indicators and see if they're giving us any hints. One thing you always look for in any bottom play, MACD trending back towards zero. It's a positive divergence as the price per share is trending down. Right now running right along the money line. See the PPO taking on a different look, but also trending back towards zero. Again, a positive divergence is what you look for. See the ADX making higher lows, developing itself an upward channel. Just now breaking through 20, trying to move out of a trading pattern into a true trend. Of course, the volume in the up week so far, just getting a sharp climb in the MFI. Interesting to note, though, all three portions still basically together. That's something that you want to see. Remember, on weekly charts, everything moves much slower, so a lot of times if you see that 7 pulled way away from the 14 and 21, it really increases the odds it's going to see a pullback to it. All staying together is a good sign. Of course, accumulation distribution, shooting upward. The other thing I like to see is in a little bit longer term here. You're going to remember this over a year and a half or so. Shaking money flow, which was showing selling pressure was dominant during that big downtrend. It was slowly subsiding. Of course, with this week, break back through zero. Buying pressure is now taking over on this stock. CCI coming off the bottom, even in the more near term, making higher lows, and back through zero and on the upper half of the indicator. Also, trying to make a new higher high. It's a good sign for the CCI. Full SPOW showing some momentum coming into this play. As always, this will be a key factor to it. Right there, you want to see it break through 50. A bearish chart, trending on the lower half of the indicator. You want to see it get through 50. You want to see it get through 50 so the chart can start to turn bullish. Tricks, again, another good long-term indicator. Very smooth. Nice trend back towards zero. RSIs with this buying pressure this week. All turned up. You have the 14 RSI threatening to break through 50 right now. Nice look to the RSIs. So the indicators look like they're really trying to make the turn from bearish to bullish. Again, at some critical points, they need to push a little bit more to break through. And of course, that's going to tie right in with resistance levels. See, this stock closed at 89 cents yesterday. I put a very bottom support down here, right around 55 cents. Any sort of pullback, that's what I want to see it hold. And even in the more near term, you can see there was a resistance level right around there at 80 cents that's pushing through this week. It was in a little bit of channel for the last month and a half or so. It's finally breaking through the upper half of that channel. That's something that catches my eye, especially with the increased volume. You can also notice it's registering 89. Well, the 50-day moving average is registering 88. So it's trying to push through that 50-day, which again, a very bullish indication. And if that happens, you usually want to see it on increased volume. Any continued upward movement, come back down, sitting on top of the 50-day and holding as support, again, a very bullish indication. And then you look for another turn, another upward movement. Now, this does have some challenges in front of it. You can see that there's more resistance right about where it is at 89 cents, 90 cents. That ties right in with this long channel it was in through here. But it really starting to stiffen up around $1.20. Now, because of the framework of this chart, you can see this was $105. Things become a little bit more difficult because they become very tight through this area. So what doesn't look like that significant of a move just because of spacing is really not true. At 90 cents, just to go up here and test this upper level, that's a pretty nice move to go up and challenge $1.30. And as always, I'm not saying that's a target for it. I'm saying that that's the next resistance level. And for this truly to come off this bottom, have things like this MACD that's running right along the money line start to break above it, which is a bullish move. Those things will happen in order for the indicators to play themselves out. But if that move does take place, what will happen is this 50-day will start to round itself out and start to move upward. And then you look at the static support levels and the dynamic support of that 50-day to start to come into effect. If the price per share can ride on top of those things, hold those key levels, the odds of the upward trend continuing are greatly increased. And that's really what technical analysis is all about. If you don't take a look at it, you can't really define where resistance areas are going to come in, and then try to determine where support levels can hold to show the real strength of the overall play. Now remember, it's a weekly chart, so things do move a lot slower, but on the same token, they're more reliable because everything is smoothed out a little bit more because a lot more things are factored into it. When it comes to SPOW, I would certainly look for that bottom support at 55 cents to hold. In the more near term, I'd look for this 80 cents to hold. I want to see how it performs against this little secondary resistance right here at 89, kind of right where it is. And the big dog will be this $1.25 mark. But overall, this chart's very interesting because of the way the indicators are trying to come off this bottom, put together uptrends, and now we're at critical points to try and break through and go into true bull mode. Pretty nice look, though, for a chart trying to truly come off a bottom. We'll see where it goes from here. As always, this is merely my interpretation of the super lattice power chart. Thank you for watching, and trade smart.